Thank you for tuning in to another video on the Rent to Own program. So I was recently asked to explain what went into the future proposed cost of a rent to own home. So let's go through some of that, and please feel free to contact us if you have any more questions after watching this video. Okay, so the question was, how do we determine what the future price of the home is for a rent to own program? So there's a couple of things that go into that. Okay, so this is the proposed cost of the home. So this is the future price. Okay, so at the end of your 2-year or 3-year term, how do we come up with that? Okay, so keep in mind that the house price now that we would buy, let's say for example, we're going to buy a property now for $300,000. It's worth $300,000, and sometime in the future, whether it's 2 years or 3 years, okay, the house, we agree on the future price, and that's going to be $400,000. Okay, so why is there this jump of money from a $300,000 home to a $400,000 home, let's say? Okay, now this is just an example. So with each case, that number would be different. Okay, so please do contact us and we can work out the numbers. But this is how we come up with this future price. Okay, so number one, you've got the original price. Okay, so that's this number right here. Okay, the second one is you've got your closing costs, and you've also got a closing cost again. Okay, so we'll go into a little bit more detail about this after I go through the whole list. Okay, the fourth item is the lender fees. Okay, the fifth one is my fee. The sixth one is the appreciation. Okay, and that's not just where you're happy to be working with me. Okay, so we'll go into a little bit of that. And the seventh item is the admin fee. Okay, so let's go through all of these now in greater detail. Okay, so the original price is the $300,000. Okay, so that's built into this $400,000 number. Okay, so we would go and get a mortgage, give a loan out for this amount, and so we need to be able to recoup that amount back. Okay, the second and the third one is the closing costs. And now the reason why there's two closing costs is this is at the beginning, okay? And this one is anywhere from 1.5 to 3%. And this is depending on the town or the city that you're in. So let's say in Toronto, there's a double land transfer tax. So that would have to be paid in there as well. This closing cost includes the lawyer's fees, disbursements that the lawyers would charge, any fees or bills that the current owner would have paid for the full year, we would have to reimburse them back for any of that. Okay, and then any taxes as well that the government is taking on it. The second closing cost here is at the end. And so this is at the end of your 2 or 3 year rent to own program. Okay, and this is also 1.5 to 3%. Okay, so these numbers are rough numbers, of course, but that they also factor into this growth number here to go up to this higher price. Now, this closing cost, number 2, is something that you would see regardless if you were doing a rent to own or any type of real estate investment or purchase. That's always going to be there. Okay, so this third one is not something that is normally there, but because we incur it, we have to charge that back to you. Okay, so that's built up into this price. The lender fee, this is when we have to go to a special mortgage company and get funding for this rent to own program. So they normally charge us a fee for that. Okay, and that's anywhere from 1 to 2% as well. Okay, so this is on top of the principal and the interest that we have to pay on the mortgage and the mortgage rate. So this is in addition, okay? And they normally charge us that at the front. So right now, it's not something they charge us down the road and say, okay, you know what, when this rent to own program is finished, that's when we charge you. We actually incur this cost up front, okay? So it's built into here. Okay, my fee, so this is how I make my money, okay? And so this is anywhere from 2 to 3%, Okay, so I put that right in there as well, because that's how I make my money. Otherwise, I don't see any money from anywhere else here, because these are all just the cost of doing business. So the appreciation, this is depending on the city or the town that you're in. This amount will change anywhere from 3% to 8% plus. So if you live in a smaller suburb area that's not very popular, the property growth is probably around 3%. Anything like, say, in the GTA area, you're at 8% or more. Okay, so that would be factored in. And this amount is added for every year that you are in the rent-to-own program. So that's built in. The admin fee is to cover the books, the binder of information that I send you, along with any other information that we would send to you, to make sure that you are aware of what's involved in the rent-to-own program. This also covers all of our administration fees that goes to the investor as well. And this deals with all of the communication and all of our overhead that we have to run the business. Okay, so these are all the items that go into this future cost. Okay, now you might think, gee, that's a lot of stuff to go in to an original price to bump it up to that high. And yes, I do agree with you. Okay, that is a significant growth. So it was actually quite funny, because last night I was talking to a potential investor to bring in on board, and he said the same thing. And so it made me think about, okay, well, how do I answer that question? Okay, so here's the way to look at it, is that you could not enter the rent-to-own program at all and work on your down payment, work on your credit score, and in 2 or 3 years go to the bank and try and get a mortgage. Okay, and then at that point look for a house and do all of that stuff. Okay, or you could enter into the rent-to-own program now, work on your credit score, get your down payment ready in our program, and in 2 or 3 years have the house that you want already and just go to the bank and get a new mortgage. Okay, so I hope you see the benefit of joining the rent-to-own program now. Thank you very much for watching. Well, don't forget to click on the like and the subscribe, and follow us whenever we post a new video. Thank you.